The first question in SQL is, what is wrong with the below query? This query will get the average order amount by user ID for the customers who have at least one order. So we need to use group by function to group the customers by user ID. Let's have a look at the answer. Customers are not grouped by user ID, hence we have to insert group by function as shown here to correct the query. Best of luck. I will see you at the next question. The second question in SQL is, consider the below tables. Write a query that retrieves all employees that are not recruited by any recruiter. Let's have a look at the answer. To retrieve all the employees that are not recruited by any recruiter, the correct query is as shown here. Best of luck. I will see you at the next question. The third question in SQL is, what is the difference between delete and truncate? Let's have a look at the answer. The delete command can be used to remove some rows from the table, and we can use where clause with it. Also, commit and roll back after a delete command can be performed. But on the other hand, truncate command removes all the rows from the table and we cannot use where clause with it. Also, rollback cannot be performed after a truncate command. Best of luck. I will see you at the next question. The fourth question in SQL is, which one would you set as the primary key and which one as a unique key in the below table? Let's have a look at the answer. The primary key in a table is the column which has all the unique values and there is no null value. And the unique key in a table is the column which has all the unique values but it can have one null value. Also, there can be many unique keys in a table, but there will be only one primary key. Since the primary key cannot have null value, therefore we will set employee ID as primary key and email ID as unique key. Because there is a possibility that email ID of an employee is missing, so it will be null. But employee ID cannot be missing in a database. Best of luck. I will see you at the next lecture. The fifth question in SQL is, what is the difference between full join and inner join? Let's have a look at the answer. The difference between full join and inner join is that they choose the rows from tables in different ways. Full join return rows from the two tables even if there are no matching rows between the two. For example, if we want to do a full join for table 1 and table 2, then the full join table will look like this. On the other hand, inner join return rows from the two tables if at least one column value of each table matches with the other, and it does not return any null value. Suppose we want to join table 1 and table 2 using company as a matching column to get the revenue and year started, then it will give us 4.2 and 2009 because company APS is common between the two tables. Best of luck. I will see you at the next question. The sixth question in SQL is, how null values and zero or a blank space are different. Let's have a look at the answer. The null value represents a missing value. On the other hand, zero is a number and blank space is a character. We should not get confused if there is a blank space in a database and consider it as a missing value. But we should find the reason behind that because missing values are written as null in SQL. Best of luck. I will see you at the next question. The seventh question in SQL is, consider that you have two tables, sellers and sold, and each of them have more than 50,000 rows. Write a query to select top 3 sellers who sold the most products in total. Let's have a look at the answer. The query to find the top 3 sellers who sold the most products in total is shown here. What this query is doing is, it will select seller's name from sellers table whose name matches with the seller's name in sold table. Then it will sum the total number of quantities sold by the sellers using group by clause because one seller is selling more products. After that, the sum will be ordered in descending order to get the sellers on top who sold the most products. Best of luck. I will see you at the next question. The eighth question in SQL is identify the mistake in the below query. Let's have a look at the answer. The null value is not compared with an equal sign. We should use is operator to compare a null value in SQL. So the correct query will be select case when null is null, then true, else false, and as result. Best of luck. I will see you at the next question. The ninth question in SQL is suppose you have a table students which has two columns, student name and roll numbers of students. Write a query to select student names that start with S. Let's have a look at the answer. The query to select student names that start with S is select star from students where student name like S%. This is a very common SQL interview question. Interviewer will ask you this type of questions to check your basic understanding of SQL. Best of luck. I will see you at the next question. The last question in SQL is consider that you have two tables, product and costs, and each of them have more than 300 rows. Write a query to print every product name for which the average cost is greater than 1000. Let's have a look at the answer. The query to print every product name for which average cost is greater than 1000 is shown here. What this query is doing is it will select product name from products table whose product ID matches with the product ID in cost table. Then it will average the cost of products by product names using group by clause because one product has different costs. After that, it will print only those products for which the average cost is greater than 1000. Best of luck. I will see you at the next section.